are receiving opioids from family members and friends. It doesn't necessarily mean that people are just handing out their prescription bottle. This is, unfortunately, those addicted to opioids, obviously they will steal them. So what you can do is dispose of your unused prescriptions. There's take-back days that you can participate in. There's also ways that you can effectively dispose of them in your home. So I would encourage you to go home tonight and look to see how many opioids do I have. You may not. You really need to talk to your kids about the risks of opioids. Unfortunately, there's a big trend underway right now with youth, where they take any medications from their parents' closet, the equivalent of bowls. They go to a party and they just take a handful and take those. And there's been a lot of overdoses, unfortunately, from what they call farm parties. So you need to talk to your kids. There's lots of resources about how to do that, but make sure you do that and do that right away. You can also participate in the local opioid coalition up in Humboldt County. It's called Prescription Safe Humboldt. There's lots of opportunities there where you can be an active voice in your own community and help be a part of the solution. And then also, if you have an individual or loved one that is suffering with an opioid use disorder, I would encourage you to get naloxone, which is a life-saving reversal drug. You can, if someone is overdosing, you can administer it. It's in a nasal spray. You can spray it into their nose, and they can literally come right back to life. So if you have someone that you know, I really would encourage you to get that naloxone. There's a lot of different avenues where that can be available. And then last but not least, we all need to reduce stigma for individuals that are suffering from substance use disorder. Like I mentioned earlier, it's not a moral failing, this is a disease, and we need to stop making it be a moral failing because people need help, and we need to create a safe pathway for them to receive the help they need. So thank you so much for allowing me to speak with you tonight, and I will turn it back to the Senator.
Thank you so much, Ms. Perez. Ms. Perez, give a round of applause, please. Ms. Perez, what we're going to do is we're going to start taking some questions from the audience. We'd like to be able to see we have our first question. If you don't mind just stating your first name, and we welcome you. If you don't mind just standing up. Ms. Perez, here's our first question.
Hi, my name's Michelle, and I'm concerned about getting to the source of addiction, which is the studies have shown it's a lack of community. When people aren't connected to other people, it's so much easier for them to become addicted. And I'm not sure, you're familiar with the studies of the rats where they had water and cocaine and were left alone, and then the ones that were together left the cocaine alone, but the one that was by himself just kept going on the cocaine till they died. And so that's that lack of not having any resources or help. I guess I'm thinking for the future addicts, but also for the ones that are trying to get off. We need to have more connection with them, a more literally human connection.
So glad you brought up that question. And one thing that's being done is across the state, there's now 36 local opioid coalitions, and they're really grassroots efforts. When the senator was introducing some of the folks in the room, those are the same folks that are part of these local opioid coalitions that really create that sense of community to bring awareness, to get the number of prescriptions down, to help, break down some of those barriers, to help people get into services.